Hey everyone, Lindsey Victoria here from A Life Well Balanced, where we are sharing tips and resources on how to live a more balanced and positive life. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Now, my guest today is somebody who I know personally and I admire very deeply. She is a Hay House author, a transformational coach here in Miami, and the leader of the CIJ course, which is an 8-week course that is designed for individuals who are seeking clarity and direction in their life, and it's based off of the Stanford Master's Degree program. So if you ever wondered how on earth to get clarity, courage, and confidence in your dreams, then this episode is for you. So I want to welcome today my guest, Jennifer Grace.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for letting me interview you. Really.
My pleasure.
If I wasn't for taking your course, I wouldn't even be here, having the courage to sit down and actually have an interview with you and be trying to share it with the world.
Awesome.
So thank you. So the very first thing that I want to touch on, because I'm talking about clarity and courage and confidence, this word clarity. So many people want to know, how do you get clarity? I have a side hustle going, or maybe I want to try to do something. Where do we start? What do we do?
So a lot of people are out there seeking, right? And they're like asking different people, what do you think I should do? And what do you think I should do? And you're just trying to like go on that outward journey. And meanwhile, I always tell my students, you always know. So you have all the wisdom inside of you, but there's a catch. You have to get quiet and really access that wisdom. And what we do is we distract. We go from the internet and, working and Netflix and, all the socializing that we do. And we're always doing this kind of outward dance. And meanwhile, all the answers are within. So getting quiet and cultivating a practice of mindfulness, meditation, and journaling. They did a experiment. They did a scientific study, actually, studying on intuition. And they found that we're all born with intuition, but in order to access your intuition, which is never wrong, mistake-free, can tell you your life's purpose, where you need to go next, who you should be dating, it's got all the answers, your intuition. It requires cultivation. So if you don't cultivate the intuitive muscle, you can't access it.
Right.
So they found that the 3 best ways of cultivating intuition were mindfulness, journaling, and meditation, which is really the core foundational tools of everything I teach. And, I always kind of make the analogy of if you want to become, Olympic gold medalist in life, right? And have it all. And what's having it all? Purpose and freedom and peace and prosperity and love, right? You just want to have it all. An Olympian doesn't dive in the pool and swim 2 laps and practice once and they get to have it all, right? They've got to go to the gym. They've got to go to the pool every day. And every Olympian needs a coach.
Yes.
And they need a team.
They need a team.
And they need to practice.
That's right.
So mindfulness, meditation, and journaling are great, but only if you are consistent and you do a daily practice. Then you start to get clarity. Who am I? What is my purpose? And all the answers are there. You just got to create space for them to arise.
For them to arise, yes. Yeah. And actually in her book, so you have this book, which is amazing, by the way. It's called Directing Your Destiny. We were told to get it in our class, and I followed this thing. Talk about consistency.
Yes.
You have some really good tips in here about journaling.
Yeah.
And if you could give my viewers just maybe 1 or 2 prompts, because I think journaling is a big thing, and everybody always tells me, Lindsey, I can't do it. I don't have time. Yeah. But it's really about consistency. So you have a lot in here, but if we could just give them maybe 1 or 2 prompts.
Yeah. Also the time thing. Doing a daily practice is 5 or 10 minutes a day. And everybody has that amount of time. I mean, we're all playing with 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Why are some people super successful and some others? Well, nobody can find the time. You get to create the time.
That's true.
So I think first thing in the morning, do your meditation, your journaling practice, and then it's done for the day. So for journaling, I loved using prompts because some people are like, I don't know what to write about. So I give lots of kind of prompt sentences that you write at the top of your page. And then for 5 times minutes, you just answer it. Just stream of consciousness, first thoughts, no direction, no expectations, just right from your heart. And I love the prompt. If I could stop time for 1 year and no one would know I was gone, I would be what?
Oh,
So
that's
this
a good
gives your
one.
limited mind, you know, a vacation.
Yes.
The itty bitty shitty committee is like, oh, well, I don't have time to do what I love and my family and this and my education.
Right.
And that just cuts everything off. That you could pause time for 1 year. What would you be doing in that year? Nobody knew you were gone. And that just like, that's the dream. You know, it gives you permission to dream. I love that. And I also love, what I am clear about is journal, journal, journal. What I'm unclear about is journal, journal, journal. So you get to see what needs attention, where you are clear, where you're not clear. And there's like a million more.
Oh yeah, there's so many more. But I'll make sure I put those two below this video. So we gave some journaling tips. How about some meditation tools? Because that's the other thing I hear. It's sitting down cross-legged is just uncomfortable, or my mind doesn't stop. Like, what do I do? How do I do this? But there's many different ways to go about meditation.
Yeah.
And I think that you have quite a few good ones. I think that you've given. So maybe let's get like a tip for meditation.
Sure. The first thing is like your mind's not going to stop. The thoughts are not going to stop. Meditation is more like, you know, that practice, going to the gym, going to the pool, you know, taking your mind to the brain gym every morning.
Brain gym.
Working out the mind, right? So it's not in the beginning going to be peaceful. You're not going to become one with the universe. You're not going to become enlightened, right? It's just like you're not going to get that gold medal the first shot out.
Right.
You get to practice. So practicing is you're practicing with an inexperienced monkey mind, right? So it's all over the place. Anytime you've ever tried something in the beginning, you sucked at it, right? So be with that. Be okay to go through to getting more advanced and more advanced. And really, it's just about letting go of the thought and coming back to the mantra. Maybe here on the inhale, now on the exhale, or deep on the inhale, slow on the exhale. And every time a thought comes in, your work is to not let it go more than one sentence. Drop the thought and come back. Here, now. Here comes another thought. Drop the thought and come back. It's like your bicep curl. And what happens is, in between those thoughts, the space gets longer and longer and longer. And meditation really happens off the mat. Like when life comes at you and you get broken up with, you get fired, like something catastrophic happens. Usually we start going off into the future, worrying, regretting the past. We start freaking out, right? Monkey mind is going crazy. But because you were in the brain gym that morning, you know how to drop those obsessive thoughts and drop that anxiety and worry and come back to the moment where peace lives so that you can think creatively on how to get yourself a new job or a new revenue stream or, you know, how to move past the partner or whatever's happening for you. You can think creatively in the here and now, because that's where peace lives.
Yes. And this is what I love about you, is you're so real too. You're like, you know, your brain's just not going to be able to stop. You're not expected to be this yogi
Zen master. Like if we all went on a mountain, you know, for 40 years, we'd be really good at it. Like, but the rest of us, like regular people, we're down here.
We're down here.
We're just practicing every day, and it's a mental workout. You're taking your mind to the gym every morning.
I like that. I like that. Think about that. Taking your mind to the gym. That's so good.
Right.
I was listening to another interview that you did, and you were telling me, or what you were talking about was that something like 82% of people, you know, they kind of stop their New Year's resolutions or any resolution they say. We're like, I want to write that book. I want to do this.
Yeah.
But we stop. Things get in the way.
Yeah. So we're like in April now. I don't know if you're airing this now, but, you know, here we are. 80% of you probably declared what you were committed to having happen in 2018, and 80% of you didn't do it. All right?
That is a huge number.
Big percentage.
That is a big number.
And there's many reasons for that. I think one big one is people don't really realize the creative process of what it really takes to make, you know, a goal, a dream, an idea, take it from concept to launch. And a lot of people think it's great idea success. Like you see other people that, oh my God, Jennifer Grace wrote a book. I can write a book, you know, or this one started a business. I can start the business. And they think that it's great idea success. But in reality, the creative process of taking a goal and making it a reality is 6 different stages, right? So stage 1 is the great idea. You think it's doable. Yes, I'm going to become a published author. I'm going to start this business. I've got this. What people don't know is that 99.999% of the time, after you have your great idea, you will go to stage 2, which is frustration.
Right.
You will hit the brick wall of frustration. Things don't go as planned, right? You sit down in front of the computer, you're like, I don't know what to write. Or you start procrastinating and stalling or whatever. Or you go to start the business and the partner that was going to bring the money, that falls through. And just like, shit happens.
Shit happens.
Shit happens. And so you take that as a sign of failure because you don't realize the creative process.
Right.
Now, when my students do my Stanford course with me, they get that this is part of the process. Stage 2 is frustration. And in that frustration, you just do 2 things. 1, you let go of the expectation of how you thought it was all going to work out. And number 2, you keep your idea. You keep your faith in your creativity, but know that you need help to get over the brick wall of frustration.
Right.
So stage 3 is incubation. So instead of throwing your great idea in the garbage, you put it on the back burner, let it percolate and incubate. And then you bring in stage 4, which is to strategize with allies. Get friends, get co-workers, people that have done what you've done, talk to other authors, other business owners, brainstorm on where you can get the money. Then you're going to have your breakthrough. Aha! I know how to get over the brick wall of frustration. You've got that stage 5, illumination, stage 6, the book is on the shelf, the business is open, you know, it's in the can.
Yeah.
But you have to be willing to trust the process and know that there are many stages and not to really do it alone, like to get allies. And I love, you know, allies and accountability is the missing ingredient to success. Having people hold you accountable is the missing ingredient to success.
It's so true. And that actually is a perfect point about why this class was so important. I took this class. It was November. It was October and November last year, 2017. And I think I had always had it in my mind that I wanted to do videos or just try, like, exercise my creative muscle. And here I am. I've hit many walls of frustration. But the class is so important because that's what it does. It holds you accountable. So I think this might be a perfect point to just give a brief overview about like what the CIJ course is, because I know you have it in many areas around the U.S. as well.
Well, I teach it online. I also train and develop other people to teach the course, and then I teach it live here at the Standard Hotel.
So beautiful.
And the online experience is that we're there with cameras and people can see each other, and it's, you know, experiential exercises, group sharing, creative visualizations, all to really help people get clear, find direction, their life purpose, get unstuck. And we have a peer coaching call every week. I pair you up with somebody different from the course, and that has them have, you know, connection and get, you know, into your tribe. I know you met some really great people in your class.
Yes, met some amazing people,
And then here at the Standard, you take the course, you get the free spa day, which is always nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And I have classes coming up at the end of April, both online and live.
Yes. And do you normally launch it in April and then also in December as well?
I do them again in October.
In October, okay.
Yeah.
So that's...
so I take the summer off.
Oh, that was so good. There was like so many good bits of information just packed in a little bit of time. But if you guys are interested, I highly encourage that you pick up her book, Directing Your Destiny, How to Become the Writer, Producer, and Director of Your Dreams. It is a great book. I will put a link below, and you're basically a coach right in here. You tell people to do the exercises, meditation, journaling, tips, how to quiet those thoughts in your mind. And of course, if you're interested in her, the CIJ course, you can check it out at jennifergrace.com. And also her Instagram at @thejennifergrace. So, thank you so much for letting me interview.
Thank you.
But now, Jennifer and I want to hear from you. If you took any insight away from this video, what's the one thing that you could do right now? It could be journaling, meditation, anything that would start to help you get a little bit more clear so you can become the writer, producer, and director of your own dreams. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. See you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.